Okay, this is Greg Thompson, Accelerate ActionCOACH Business Coaching. We're talking with Linda Carlson today from Vows DSM. Hello, Linda.
Hi.
Welcome to our conversation. Thank you for giving us some time today.
You're more than welcome. I'm thrilled to be chatting with you today.
Oh, so Linda, let's tell everybody about Vows DSM.
All right. So Vows is an intimate wedding venue that solely specializes in weddings and receptions. We've got some unique options, 2-hour events. We do 4.5-hour events. We're open 6 days a week, so we can do 2 to 4 events a day. We're very unusual in the fact that we offer complete elevated packages. So you can come here and you can get your officiant, you get a day of coordinator, you get a photographer, you get fantastic food, and you also get flowers. So everything's included. We do the room flip, we do the cleanup, we set everything up. So as far as I know, we're the only venue in the state of Iowa that's specializing in this way at this point.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
Huh.
So how long has Vows been up and going?
Well, I started the business concept about 2 years ago. And when I started to pitch it, people thought I was a little crazy, actually. But I stuck with it. I took about 1.5 years and looked at, oh my gosh, several properties downtown. When I finally ended up finding this beautiful spot, I knew that, my vision was actually going to come to life. But of course, then it was, writing the business plan, pitching the business plan, and, jumping through all the bells and whistles. So I've put a lot of work into it, probably 1.5 years of work into it. We started giving tours late April of 2022. So we're pretty new.
Okay. Now, obviously, so I'm going to ask you about your target market, your ideal customer, and obviously it's people that want to do weddings, but are there any types of weddings that you're really good at? Or so if I was looking at doing a wedding, what would mean that I should talk to you?
Yeah. It's interesting. We're drawing all different types of couples for different reasons. We've had couples come to us that are from the state of Iowa, but live in other states. And they are really planning on doing 2 weddings, but they'd rather than have their guests travel one way or the other, they're doing 2 smaller events. I have couples that have come to me that have planned larger weddings or in the process of planning larger weddings, have even put deposits down on places, and then have later decided it's too overwhelming. We don't want to continue. We've realized that this is not us. And so they come to us, because we coordinate everything. I had one couple who came to me who was in the process of planning a big wedding. She found out that her father had terminal cancer. And so they wanted to get married. They wanted to get married quickly, and they didn't want to have to deal with the planning process. I've got a couple who came and they wanted to do a smaller wedding, but they are actually following up our 4.5-hour wedding reception concept with a large reception. So they're going to, Curate, which is another venue here in East Village, and they're doing a 150 to 175 reception for friends. So we just get a lot of different types of couples. We're doing some second weddings. We do elopements. I have packages where we literally just have a package for 2 people. If you want to come in and you want to elope, but you want some great food and you want photography. So yeah, we do packages anywhere from 2 to 65 guests.
So that was my next question. What kind of numbers are you the best at? What's your how many can you hold and how many does it work out the best for?
Yeah, that 2 to 65 range is really our sweet spot. We have a really nice movable wall, which has 4 different stations in the venue. So we can split the venue up in different sections to accommodate different sizes. So the entire experience feels very intimate, regardless if you were a couple just eloping by yourselves. You know, we did a beautiful wedding a couple of weeks ago with 15 people, and the space was fantastic. And then we just did a wedding, you know, last Saturday with 50 people, and we just committed the whole venue, you know, did the chapel style, flipped the entire room and did reception afterward. We're really in a unique location. We're in the historic East Village. We're about 2 blocks from the river, super close to the heart of everything that's going on. So everything's walkable. We have hotels really close. So it's a really cool area. And then the building that we're actually in it's a mass timber constructed, award-winning building. It is the only one of its kind in the state of Iowa. And it's one of just a handful across the United States. So it's very unique. We were really lucky to get this space.
Okay, all right. So where did you get the vision from this? Where did you attend a space like this somewhere along the line, or see it in the magazine, or read about it, or where did the vision come from?
It's a good question. I think it was just kind of a series of events, but I was working in a partnership with a couple in West Glen at a very large venue, beautiful venue, very large. And it was during COVID. And as we were remodeling this space and, you know, putting together our goals for the space, I kept trying to figure out how to make the space more intimate. And I just found myself gravitating that way the entire time. So I'm a downtowner. I live downtown. I like these intimate spaces. And I just realized to myself, you know, I think I want to do my own thing. And I think I probably need to find my own space. So it was a little bit of an epiphany for me. Once I dialed in on that and really recognized that, I started doing some market research. So my daughter and I traveled around outside the state of Iowa, and we found some venues that were functioning this way. It was surprising to me that, you know, one of them actually started in 2012, so far before COVID. You know, and the average size wedding has been diminishing over time. But I think what I found out is there are some successful business models. So that was good news to me, right? Because I had the idea, but I didn't really know, is this really going to work? Then I started to realize, yeah, this is going to work. So I started on the business plan and all of that, and eventually found the space, and it just kind of took a life of its own, if you will.
Oh, that's interesting. Very interesting. So you've been up and running now since April. What would you say maybe is your biggest win? What's something really exciting, or what's the biggest accomplishment you've had since April, would you say?
Yeah, so, you know, for me, I had all of these personal boxes that I wanted to check. You know, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What do I enjoy? All of these things. And I went through that process and identified all of that, came up with this business model, knowing that it was going to check my personal boxes. For me, it's the people, it's the tours, it's the weddings that keep it alive. There's a lot of work that goes into this other than that, but it is literally meeting with the couples, listening to their vision, listening to their stories, watching them get married, watching them have all of these intimate moments with their family, meeting the parents. Every couple infuses this place with a freshness, and that's what keeps me going. That's why I do it. That's what my daughter and I love, and my daughter actually helps me out with this. So
Okay.
it's also a family, it's a family business.
Okay. So that's your accomplishments. That's what makes you feel good. What has been like maybe a challenge or a surprise that you weren't planning on that popped up that
Well, I have surprises every day. So I'm a problem solver. I'm a startup and I'm in business. And so, every day we learn something new. Every day we make an adjustment. In this business, even at an event, we are constantly, making adjustments, which I love. So we thrive in that environment. I could never do a 9 to 5. I'd be bored stiff if everything was predictable. So that's right up my alley. Sorry, I forgot. Refresh my memory on the question.
that's fine. So tell us about your team. So you said your daughter helps you. Who else do you have that comes on board to help you out?
So I'm actually really, really proud of who we have been able to establish business with. I have 2 vendors that are amazing, very successful in this community and really are leaders in their industries. So we work with Bows and the Florist. They're getting ready to celebrate their 100th year anniversary. So we know they know what they're doing. We're in very good hands with them. So we've made that relationship, and it just, I can depend on them. Let's just put it that way. They do a great job. Yep. And then we also work with Lavelle Hospitality. So, Michael Lavelle has established, a wonderful reputation in Des Moines. He's a fantastic caterer. Top notch. So that's who handles our food. So, we're in good hands there. My daughter is our house photographer. And, we continually, are growing and adding new relationships. We do offer some upgraded packages. In other words, if you wanted to do an upgraded, video package, or if you wanted to do some upgraded photography, if you want to come in and upgrade your flowers, we'll get you set up for that. But the good news is you literally can come here and just select one of our elevated option, or our regular package options, and you have everything that you need for a fantastic wedding.
Okay. All right. So exciting place you've got going on. Tell everybody how to find you, how to get in contact with you. How do they track you down?
So our website is vowsdsm.com. We are on Instagram at VowsDSM. I'm looking at my daughter. VowsDSM. We're on Facebook. So I want to say that's VowsDSM as well. Yeah, VowsDSM as well. Through our website, you can schedule a tour. And our email address is info@vowsdsm.com. Yeah.
Okay. So Vows DSM, does that mean there's going to be a Vows Chicago or a Vows Minneapolis or a Vows Denver or?
That's a good question. I have tried to make major decisions leading up to opening the business. I've tried to make decisions with, I should start the answer of that over. Sorry.
You're fine. You're fine.
Yes, I've been very, what do I want to say?
Strategic.
Yeah, yes. I think that there is a possibility that this type of concept could be franchised. And so that's been in the back of my mind. I'm not 100% sure. I'm 100% loyal to this location. But yeah, it's floated around in the back of my mind. There could be another Vows or 1, 2, and 3 in different locations. So we'll see.
Okay. All right. All right. So last question. Anything else you wanted to let the people know about Vows before we call it a day here?
Well, you could go and check Des Moines Girl out. She really keeps everybody in the know in Des Moines. So we did a little podcast with her, which is pretty interesting. Did I do a podcast with her or did I do a? No, that was Meredith. Yeah, actually we had an article. We have a nice write-up. So that's a good thing to check out. And then we did a little podcast with Meredith Hewitt, which you could find if you wanted to hear a little different aspect of the business. Refresh my.
No, that's good. I didn't know if there's anything else that you wanted to let the people know about. So.
Oh, to let the people know. Yes, there is. There really is. I really think that we are a state destination spot. I think we're one of a kind here in Iowa. I think, there's always going to be a place for big weddings, but this is an alternative to the traditional wedding option. You can come here, bring, your small group of people into Des Moines, and you can make a weekend of this. So I really feel like, this is great for couples that live locally, but this is also this area itself, our venue, and all the things that Des Moines has to offer. There's enough here, to come and enjoy Des Moines and enjoy a weekend with us.
All right, very good. So we've been talking with Linda Carlson from Vows DSM. Linda, thank you very much for your time today and much continued success with Vows DSM.
Thank you. Appreciate you.